Good morning, everyone. It is December 11th, and I'm not sure what day of vlogmas it is when you're seeing this because I might be combining some videos from the weekend. I'm not sure, just depending on how much footage I actually got the last couple days and whatever. But for me, it's December 11th, and I figured I'd show you kind of what I was up to this morning and some of the knitting that I did yesterday in the car. First of all, I'm definitely like a little more relaxed today. It was kind of a long, stressful couple of days, even though there were a lot of really fun things that happened. It was just a lot of things were happening. So I was really glad to have some time this morning to just kind of sit and relax and focus on some of my projects. So I'll show you the first one that I started yesterday. So this is the knitting that I frogged yesterday and then worked on in the car. It is just a basic stripe tube scarf, exactly the same construction as my infinity scarf I made a week or so ago, the peppermint stripe scarf. I'm just using different colors. This is yarn I had in my stash. I got from the bottom to the little skull marker yesterday in the car, and then I did about an inch, maybe more, this morning. This project is honestly probably going to go back in my basket of whips that are on hold for during December, but it was nice to work on just a relaxing project for a while, and one that I didn't need to follow a pattern for or do anything special with. I was just having fun with the yarn. But before I decided on this and why I was frogging it is I was using both of these yarns in a double stockinette scarf, but I found that I was getting really frustrated with how long that was taking, because even though double stockinette is really nice because you can create a fabric that looks like stockinette on both sides and use straight needles, it does mean that you're like every 2 rows that you feel like you're doing is actually only 1 row. So it's a really slow construction, and I realized I could get almost the same look by just knitting in the round and doing the same thing I did for my peppermint stripe scarf, which is why I frogged it and started over. But I really like how these two yarns are playing together. The lighter one is a hand-dyed yarn from Hobby Lobby, and the darker blues and purples is an actual hand-dyed yarn that a friend purchased for me for my birthday this year. Yeah, it was this year. It was back in February. Feels like a long time ago, but it was this year. So yeah, that is what I was working on. I'll leave it in its little bag as like an easy project in case I need it, but there's a good chance you won't see that for the rest of December because I have too many other projects that I want to work on. Then finally this morning I was feeling ready to pull out my holiday doodle cowl again. I haven't really felt motivated to work on this for the last couple days just because it felt very overwhelming, which in hindsight was probably just because I had a lot of things going on. So I think that's why I tried to start the Sitka Spruce cowl, was I just wanted to do something different, but picking a different project that was just as complicated was probably not the right move in that case. So I did do a little bit more, because here's my little strawberry stitch marker. I finished this cream stripe and I started the light red and the dark green section, and I'm going to do stripes like I did down here with the red and white with those 2 other colors. It definitely seems to be working best for me for this project to alternate between doing like a more complicated chart and some basic stripes, and then like a simple chart and some basic stripes. So I'm trying to keep that sort of vibe going throughout. But like with the length it is now, I'm technically halfway done, but my goal was to use up all of the yarn so I don't have scraps. So I will probably end up with a scarf that can be looped around my neck instead of just a single cowl, because I do have quite a bit of all of my colors left. So if I get to a point where I just kind of want to be done with it, I might just finish it off with plain stockinette stripes instead of doing charts, so that then when I'm wearing it I'll have like one loop that's the pattern section and one loop that's just like solid blocks of color or basic stripes or something like that. But for now, I'm ready to keep going. So I'll do some more of those like micro stripes, the like 2-row stripes for a while, and then I'll probably pick another chart from the pattern to do. So that'll probably be my project for the next couple days. I do want to try to start my socks this week. I'm gonna save the Sitka spruce cowl now as my like last new project for Vlogmas, and I think I'm gonna try to finish either the doodle cowl or my socks before I attempt casting that on again, just because that's one that I can wear through January. It's not specifically a Christmas pattern, it just has pine cones on it. So I'll probably save that one for a later date. But for now, I actually have a bunch of Amazon packages that have stacked up that I need to open, so I figured I'd show you some of the things I got. And then in just a little bit, my mom will actually be coming over with her car to unload some of the stuff that we picked up yesterday. So I'm gonna open all of my Amazon packages first so that I don't accidentally like show you my address or something like that. But then I'll show you what I got, and then hopefully it'll be close-ish to the time that she'll be dropping some stuff off. I have now opened all of the things so that I can kind of show you what we got. Warning, I don't think he'd be watching this, but if you're my father-in-law, you will spoil one of your Christmas presents if you watch this video. So please don't, just like skip ahead. Don't think he'd be watching, but you never know, just in case. For him in the mail came this cool little organizer, and we actually picked this out because my mom got the same one for my dad for his birthday or Father's Day this year. But my father-in-law is setting up this really cool home office in their new house. So we got him this organizer. My dad put it inside of a desk drawer to kind of keep things neat, but it can also sit like on a shelf or even just on your desk. It's just got little like velvety lined compartments for stuff to keep things safe. It's also got notches in it for charge cords, like to put your phone in there when you're not using it. I think this compartment is meant to hold like a pair of reading glasses. This one opens so that you can put stuff in there, but very cool. And I think this means, other than finishing the book pocket, that I'm done with Christmas presents to send to my in-laws, so I should probably wrap those early this week so that I can mail them out. Other things I got were actually all either craft supplies or for the house. So first thing for the house, I guess I should have actually opened this little box. I wanted to get some night lights for the house just so that we'd be able to see walking around in the dark. But I got these ones. I did not realize that I would have to assemble them, but they're little mushroom lights that plug into the wall. So I guess they are light sensitive, so they'll turn on by themselves when it gets dark. But they're these cute little mushrooms that just plug directly into the outlet. So I've got 4, at least 3. I think there's 4 in there though. So I'll be placing those around the house so that I don't trip when walking around in the dark. The next thing I got was actually a Black Friday purchase. It just took a while to get here. It's also just kind of been sitting in my pile for a while. But I got these craft mats. These are like off-brand Cricut cutter mats because I needed to replace one of my Cricut mats because it's gotten a lot of like scratches in it, but the off-brand ones were so inexpensive that, and then they were on sale as well for Black Friday. So I figured I'd at least try the off-brand ones, especially because this came in a pack of 5, I think. Yeah, there's 5 in there for less than the cost of one Cricut brand one, so I'll at least try it out. It also came with a scraper tool to get the pieces off. But yeah, I'm really hoping that these work, because if there is a cheaper solution to Cricut mats that works the same way, like, I'll try it. So not like the most exciting thing because I'm not using it yet, but we'll see if they work. I should make that a vlog sometime during Vlogmas of testing those, but we'll get to that later. The next thing I got actually feels like hard as a rock right now, but these are puff balls for hats because they are vacuum sealed in here, which is why I didn't open this package so you could see how much they puff up when I take them out. Yeah, look at how squished those are in there. Let's find a pair of scissors and cut this open. These will probably expand. There we go. But yeah, they're just little puff balls for on top of hats. These were also a Black Friday purchase because they were on sale and I used them for my shop, so I figured might as well get them while they were on clearance, especially because they're so expensive at the normal craft stores. It's like $5 for a single puff ball versus those, I think the whole bag was 15 maybe, and there's like 30 something in there, so that was a good purchase. I also got for the house some battery and remote operated flameless candles with a set of 10. They look like this. They've got the like little flame that kind of bobbles around so that it looks real. These do not have batteries in them yet. I wonder what batteries they take. Oh, looks like just AA, so that'll be nice. But I got remote operated ones so I can put them on top of my bookshelves and in some of the like higher points in the house and not have to like pull them all down to turn them on. So it looks like it actually came with 2 remotes, which is perfect because I'm going to put some in the living room and some in the dining room, so I can leave a remote in both of those locations to turn things on. But that'll be fun. And those, I think, I originally was thinking I would put them up for Christmas, but those might just stay up year round to add a little bit of light. They kind of remind me of like the floating candles in Harry Potter as well. And the last 2 things I got were actually some size 2 knitting needles because I wanted them for my socks. So I got the Prim ergonomic double point needles in size 2. I also went for the ones that are longer than the wood ones that I currently have. This box got a little battered during transportation, but that's okay. These are much longer than any DPNs that I currently have. A lot of my DPNs are like this long, maybe that long. These are definitely like 6 inches? 8 inches. These are 8 inches, so the ones I have must be 6 inches. But I thought those would be good for attempting my socks, as well as the circular needle version in case I decide I want to do 2 at a time. I did discover I do have a size 2 circular needle from Prim, but it's being used for my holiday doodle cowl. So that seems like a size that I'll use a lot, especially if I do get really into making socks. So I don't really mind having a second one. I'm just gonna pull this out. This one, the cord, no, it's the same length cord as my other ones as well, the 32 inch. So those just look like that. They have the nice memory-free or almost memory-free wire. I did notice that with Prim needles, which is why I forgot I already had size 2, the size 2 is so small that it doesn't actually say US size 2 on them. So that was probably partially why I forgot that I already had them. But that's it for my Amazon unboxing. So I'm going to put some stuff away and then maybe do a couple rows on my holiday doodle cowl before my mom gets here. So this clearly is the room of stuff we haven't unpacked yet, but I wanted to show you some of the things we got. So these 3 things all came from the house of the friend that we were helping clear out the other day. We got 2 luggage racks. So These are vintage pieces, but the idea was that you would put your suitcase on top of it, and then it's like kind of end table height so you can get in all your stuff more easily. But we thought that they were pretty, so we might use both of them. We might use one and let my mom take the other one. And then we also got this awesome cart. They were calling it a tea cart. I was calling it a bar cart. Same thing. It's just a metal shelf on wheels with glass inserts to put stuff on. So we're probably going to use it as a bar cart. It's probably even going to stay in this room. There's my skeleton again. I keep forgetting to put him away, so he might just live there over the summer. He also, or not over the summer, through the winter, because he is an outdoor skeleton. He also has a little frog friend, and they were going to do some gardening together at Halloween. But yeah, that's the main things we got. I did also get a vintage trunk from them, but it's in pretty bad shape, and it's going to be like a big DIY project, so that is now stuffed in a closet until I can work on it. But I think for now I'm going to head downstairs, do a little bit of cleanup and tidying in my office to prepare for the week ahead. And then it's actually almost time for dinner. Wanted to hop on real quick to end the vlog. We had a lovely dinner with my parents, came back here. My brother and my husband are watching some Star Trek together, but I think I'm just gonna take some time to unwind, have a cup of tea, watch some Netflix, maybe do a few more rows on my holiday doodle cowl. I'm almost done with the striped section I started this morning. I did realize that this section looks like Freddy Krueger's sweater, so that's fine with me, but not as Christmassy as I originally pictured, but it still definitely blends with the rest of the scarf. I'll just have this tiny bit of Halloween in there. But I think that's going to be it for tonight. I am probably going to keep watching Shadow and Bone so that I finish the first season. I wanted to read the books and rewatch the first season before the second season comes out, but I don't know when the second season is coming out. So I have finished the first and the second book. I haven't started the third one yet. I'm about maybe halfway through the season. What episode am I on? Well, I'm on episode 6 out of 8, so more than halfway done. But I really enjoy it. I hope that it continues to be really good. I do realize I need to read the other two like companion series that go with it, because the TV show definitely has things from all 3 series. So if you're thinking about watching it and reading the books, keep that in mind. It seems like they're blending all of the books from the universe into the TV show instead of just following Shadow and Bone. But I really like it, so I'll probably keep watching that. I also realized I never talked about what I thought of Wednesday. Really liked the finish. There are definitely a couple things where like I wish they had done it a little bit differently. Again, I don't think that the goth girl versus like bright and peppy girl thing was really necessary to throw in there. I do like that Wednesday and Enid ended up being very close friends, and I liked watching that friendship develop. Could have done without the love triangle. Don't really think that was necessary. I think it was kind of only used to throw us off the scent of some things that were going on without trying to give too many spoilers. But at this point, it's been out for a while. If you're gonna watch it, you're gonna watch it. But yeah, I did really like Wednesday. I hope they do another season. I think it just got renewed for a second season, but I'm starting to ramble. So I'm going to put my PJs on, make myself a cup of tea, and settle in for an episode of Shadow and Bone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye, everyone.